I have been muted for 15 solid minutes. I have talked about so much Shadow of Mordor and game and announcements about gaming, streaming, and yeah. Wow. Glad you came in. Wow. The entire first 15 minutes of my stream. Wow, well, I guess I can talk about all that Shadow of Mordor stuff again. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, on just another, yeah, another quick break, or you coming to actually hang out for a while? Pro stream, I know, I'm such a professional. All of my obsessing over my branding for naught, as I am silenced by my own ineptitude. Gonna chill for a bit. Still working on ish, but not modding today. Oh, fun, cool. Yeah, you get to listen to me rant about Shadow of Mordor more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, you just barely missed it. Like right after you left last night, that grog, that giant. Oh, I'm just really itchy all of a sudden. The oh, I think the heater kicked on. The Rancor looking thing I was fighting last night. It got into a. Oh no, you're allergic to me? Probably. I'm allergic to problems. No, I'm joking. The big Rancor thing I was fighting. Part of that fight, as it was like a whole boss fight, was this thing called ghouls coming out. Which are little, like, not quite goblin. They're like more feral goblins, I guess. I don't know. Listen, sir, I'm older than you. Well, yeah, okay. I'll give you age before beauty, right? Yeah, so ghouls. Little... I mean, ghouls. Little goblinoid things. Thank you, but I have to request a beauty too. Listen, you can't have the cake and eat it too, okay? It's just not how life works. I know that French lady tried to say and let the peasants have cake, but then they took her head off, so, you know. Watch me. Gobble, gobble. That's not even what she said, though. I know that's a somewhat paraphrase, but, you know, still, she got her head taken off. Okay, you can get the age, the beauty, but I keep the brains. So I'm more like not even close historically being what I stay at the moment, but yeah. Okay, let's see if I can remember what was actually happening. So it was, I think it was the queen of the time, the French queen, or was it just a noble woman? Wow, it has been a while since I really studied up on the French Revolution. Queen Victoria. Where's the name? No, it was I'm referencing the French. There was a French. I'll take the brains. Yes, it was. It was. Okay. Now I'm looking it up. I'm going to the Google. Let the peasants have cake. Whoa. Let them eat cake is the traditional translation. The French phrase, I'm not going to try to say that, said to have been spoken in the 17th or 18th century by, quote, a great princess upon being told the peasants had no bread. Did Marie Antoinette really say let them eat cake? Is a famous quote to Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France, during the French Revolution, as the story goes. As the story goes, it was the Queen's response upon being told that her starving peasant subjects had no bread because cake is more expensive than bread. The anecdote has been cited as an example of Marie Antoinette's obliviousness to conditions daily lives of ordinary people. Did she ever actually utter those words? Probably not. For one thing, the original French phrase Marie Antoinette is supposed to have said, again, not going to try to say it, doesn't exactly translate as let them eat cake. Translates as, well, let them eat, I don't know how to... I probably know the word, it's just not how to get pronunciation, not coming to me. It's a rich bread made with eggs and butter, almost as luxurious as cake. It doesn't really change the point of the story. More important, though, is absolutely no historical evidence that Marie Antoinette ever said that or anything like it. Where'd it come from? Yeah, I'm not referring to Queen Victoria anything. Yes, it was Queen Victoria. I'm saying Marie Antoinette over and over again. It was not Victoria. Okay, I'm gonna look up Queen Victoria, let them eat cake. Yeah, there's no responses to Queen Victoria, let them eat cake. Okay, I don't know where you're getting... Yeah, the traditional Victoria sponge was named after Queen Victoria. Regularly would eat a slice of sponge cake with her afternoon eat every day. Literally, the beginning of this article, the quest to find the perfect platinum pud fit for the Queen's Jubilee is on, as Marie Antoinette once famously said, let them eat cake. Like... I'll take the loss now. Okay. Like... Yeah, I was referring to Marie Antoinette, the French queen, upon the beginning of the French Revolution, who then lost her head. Oh, cool. There's new people in my Discord. I have no idea who they are, but that's actually more exciting that there's someone in there that I don't recognize. Cool. Yes, I know, but still she never said it. No, she didn't say it, but I'm referring to the story that she said it. Listen, I don't know if you realize, but I am literally making art about a fictional space Mongol in the 41st millennium. Did my camera turn off, or did it just, no, that's fine. Just, the preview screen turned off. Okay, that's fine. Nope, still working. Alright, we're good. Let's see. And the Space Mongol is wearing an armor and weaponry set that'd be more appropriate upon a like, 12th century crusader. There you go. No, you're good, I can't see you. I can't tell if it can. Okay. I was like, man, that could be a typo or a troll. Like, no, it's good. I can't see you anymore. That's even better. It's an improvement. Alright, where am I at? Oh yeah, I gotta start shading this thing. Speaking of shade, the shade being thrown, the hypothetical shade being thrown, and also I need to start shading this thing. I'm not a bully. Claims. So, yes, you can have the age and the beauty, but I will take the brains. So honestly, that was the main thing I really had from the get-go. Oh, speaking of brains, I'm now going to bore you with a very specific and intellectual topic that most people are going to fall asleep to. But hey, you might like it. So, Forex. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let's talk money, okay? Because that's on my mind lately. I've been messing with Forex trading. Less so trading, more auto trading bots, specifically. I let my dad figure out, like, the specifics of the trading parts, and then I just piggyback off that. And plug it into a bot, and let that auto trade. Well, I found a bot. Technically, my dad pointed me in the right direction, but I jumped forward and actually tested the bot. I was like, nope, this bot looks good. I'm gonna test this one. Set up a demo account. 2 weeks in. I have not touched it since I implemented it. 2 weeks in with a $500 demo account, so real market, would be real trades, not real money. And, yeah, 60 plus trades later, 100%, like, not 100% gains profit, but it's batting 1,000. Every single trade is closed on profit. They're all very small, but they're all profit. It has me quite excited. I see my viewer count go down. I'm like, I think, did I scare off Ichi here? Oh no, you're still here. Okay, it was a lurker. That's fine. It gets better. Yeah, you're here. Good. Gets better. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put money into this, because I had some money already set aside for, you know, when one of these started looking good. I'm like, okay, this looks good. It's slow growth, but looks to be extremely reliable. By slow, I mean in 2 weeks, it's at about 8% gain on the account, which is kind of nuts in itself. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's made so on the $500 test account, it's up $40 right now. Yeah, $42.17. That's big, no, technically. Yeah, no, it is. It is. Because every trade averages at about 0.5%. So, 60 trades. It should actually be a little higher than that. I think my mental math on the percentage is a little off, but in any event. So what it breaks down to is like the average profit margins between 50 and 65 cents. But it's making depending on what's happening in the market at that time, it's making a ton of trades. Like yesterday, it made 22 trades. It was just pounding the British pound dollar, US dollar pair. Because every few days, it finds a consolidation that's a little bit more volatile than normal, and then it just scalps the crap out of it. Just like bang, 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 like all day. It's crazy. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start a live account because, you know, I'm starting to get to where like I either need to use the money to invest or I need the money for bills. So like, let's see if I can get in before I need it for bills and invest and like start some money here. It's like the time is now, and the pieces seem to be on the board. So let's go. So my my broker that I picked for this, Osprey, you need to deposit using crypto, which isn't that abnormal, actually. So I'm like, all right, I don't have any crypto remaining because it got moved all around with other stuff. But okay, I still have a bunch of apps and places where I can buy crypto. I'm gonna not do what happened with Bitcoin last time I did, where I lost a fair bit of money in just the transfer process between gas fees and the value suddenly going down because it's volatile right now. Volatile and usually not a super great way. So I'm gonna go on Robinhood, where they have no commissions. and I'm gonna get some Dogecoin, because Dogecoin's been sitting at about 50 cents per Dogecoin for like 6 months. So not likely that I'm gonna lose money there. Cool. I go on Robinhood. I buy $500 worth of Dogecoin. Dogecoin continues to be my golden snitch, my ace in the hole. I made a bunch of money off Dogecoin back during when crypto was going nuts during the COVID crisis. Oh man, I can't, like, within a couple hours of me buying the Dogecoin, it started spiking up. And then it just kept going. That was the 25th. So what was that? Like Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday. So Tuesday I bought Doge. Immediately starts spiking. It goes from 50 cents to, as of this morning when I checked, it was at 85 cents. I've made nearly $200. While I wait for the funds to settle so I can transfer it into the other account. I'm like, yep. This is the time. I think the universe is trying to tell me something. Well, yeah, just buying the coin. I was like, let me buy a coin so I don't lose money through the transfers, because I've already lost a bunch of money, like, going through, like, Bitcoin and Coinbase and crap. And, yeah, just Dogecoin starts growing up. In the first day, I was like, oh, man, I'm stuck, like, waiting. I hate waiting to put it into the account, because the account looks so good. And then I realized, wait a second, I'm making, like, way more money than the account would have made off the Dogecoin. Now, of course, because Dogecoin's a meme coin, this could reverse at any second. So as soon as I'm able to transfer out, I am going to transfer out, because, yeah, who knows? It might even reverse before I can transfer out, which is probably looking at Monday. But still, like, it's looking like my initial investment account's going to be a fair bit bigger than I originally intended, which is good, because that means if I need to pull a little bit out of it to cover stuff in the next few months as we go into the holidays and winter and everything else, is not out of the question if I don't get another contract sometime soon. Yeah, I've got more to play with, so yeah, this was quite exciting. I am liking this. What would be really nice is if Dogecoin, by the time I transfer it out, hits $1 again, and then all those 50-cent trades would be $1 trade. I would have made $22 yesterday. A little bit over, like, actually, like, $25 yesterday off of trades, if that was the case. Now, there is one question mark I'm still working on, which is this thing's currently set to trade both short and long. So every now and again it makes a long trade and it makes a couple bucks. Currently on the $500 thing. And it's usually on the euro. Not always, but usually on the euro. But right now it has a euro trade that has had drawdown, which means how much into the negative it goes before coming back up. Of as much as 25 bucks. And currently sits around... Where is that right now? I haven't checked it in a while. Okay, so it's at about 11 bucks. If this is a trend and it does not come back anytime soon, that could turn into a problem, potentially. So, what I'm thinking is maybe setting the live one to only do shorts, because it does very well with shorts, and not do longs, which longs are a lot higher profit return, but much greater risk, considering this whole bot does not have any stop losses put into it, which means there's no point where it automatically closes a trade to limit losses. Now, all of the way the shorts are able to pull this off is by having no stop loss, which normally is considered good, you know, a good security measure. But I think it's only really the longs that have the chance of really messing with the account. Fortunately, setting the bot to only do shorts is literally a drop-down menu option, so very easy. I might spend a solid week just testing that theory out on a test account. So probably all of next week I set the test account to only shorts and see how it does. All sounds very technical. There's a fair bit of technicality, but what I'm doing is way less technical than the than like actual technical analysis trading, which is like bonkers. Which is why I haven't really stopped to learn it, because that type of learning takes months. I'm like, I don't have months. I see how this can make money, and I need it to happen while it's me doing like streaming and painting and stuff, because I can make short-term money off this. How's the base drying, by the way? Still drying. I can't put the shader on it yet. This is the base this guy's gonna go. I actually made the rock out of putty. So he'll be standing behind it like so, looking like he might be about to step up on the rock and use it as a, what we call it in the, what the technical term is in the community, a tactical rock. Because the propensity of 40k model designers of putting bits of stone for dudes to stand on all heroically, hence tactical rock. Yeah, this is an older model. I still like how it came out, but this guy could use some updating. Anyway. Alright. We can jump off the money topic. Oh yeah, Shadow of Mordor. It's still so fun. I have a clip right now. I don't know how could I play a clip? Is there a way to just play a clip? That'd be nice. I don't think there is. Anyway, I took a clip last night. It was right after you left, Peachy. Where the Grog, giant Rancor thing, and a ghoul, little goblin thing, end up caught in a ring around the rosy with each other. They're both chasing each other in the same curvature, and they went around in a circle for like over a minute. Like, they literally could not stop until I intervened and actually added more. Missed the spot. Add some kind of impetus. It was great. That was so stupid. Almost as stupid as the fact that I basically have my own Uruk army in that game. Like, I don't know how they're going to play off the Ranger losing in the second game, because I've not finished either game. Clearly he loses because the Lord of the Rings movies happen. I'm not sure how he managed to do that, considering that he can just make orcs serve him to make his own army. And I have an entire region of the game, which I think is like half the map if I'm not mistaken. I have under my control every single captain and every single war chief. And at least like 500 plus Uruks that I've individually branded. It's not even including the ones that get automatically added because they directly followed those captains and war chiefs. Okay, for the painters in the stream, in the audience's sake, this here is a mixture of 2 parts Apothecary Way Contrast, 1 part Black Templar Contrast, and 1 part Lamian Medium. Put into, you know, measured out by the milliliter and put into a dropper bottle. Alright. So, yeah, I walk into any area now and at least a third of the Uruks that are randomly put there are guys I've already branded at some point. It's hilarious. I hardly kill any of them anymore. I go out of my way to try and not kill Uruks, especially captains. Or, specialists like shield bearers or berserkers. I try to brand everyone. Brand them all. Anyway, what have you been up to, Peachy? What you working on today? think Peachy might have left. Or is otherwise busy. It's fine. For what I'm doing right now, this is a very precise recess shading where I'm trying to get in right into the deepest depths of, you know, whatever area, whatever recess I'm looking. And this will make a bit of a gradient in in the shade. Sorry, it's something I got mentally distracted by something happened earlier that I think I may talk about a bit later. Did I miss a mold line? I think I did. Eh, it'll be fine. So I need to put just a little bit of shade down the side here. Give the impression of the robe. Applying just a little bit of shade. Makes it a little bit more 3D-ish looking once that dries. I find whenever you have objects right next to each other, you should put just a little bit of shade or darkening of the colors, at least where they meet, so there's a little bit of separation going there. Just adds that little bit of extra depth that we're always looking for when painting 3D objects. Because in reality, shadows with small things are, well, they're quite small, or not even really visible. That's why I spend, you know, a lot of my time painting white, painting shadow on it. Because we want to actually give this the impression that it's making light work as if this guy actually is 8 feet tall. We need to make the shadows a little bit bigger than they actually are. Actually, I think is something I would like to test out on something really big. Is that actually the case that the larger the object is? Should you make the shadows even deeper? Will it make it look even bigger? Pardon me. Maybe. Alright. So that part's done. Now it's time for the Black Templar for all the trenches and stuff. Little vents. Whatever these are. Alright, what is this ping on Discord? I have a ping on Discord. What is this? Who is this? Oh, it's ABT3 going live. Love the tabletop. Cool deal. I don't know what he's referring to in there. Oh. So, bam. It's the other half. The other half has come to haunt me. I am painting. What are you doing? Wow. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Oh yeah. No, I completely got distracted by something going on in my Discord. To actually be applying paint to the thing that I'm trying to throw colors upon.
Water. 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 Water.
You know, you'd think I'd get bored or it would start getting old, a sound alert that long. It doesn't. It's still really funny. I'm gonna use my own warning. This is a coffee mug, not a brush rinse cup, which you can get on my merch store. To ensure you're not drinking paint water. Yeah, it's the Avatar The Last Airbender intro. Except she's just saying water over and over again. Amazing. I love it. Yeah, Black Templar. In the trenches. What are you up to, Bam? You streaming today? You gonna solo some more squads? I know you technically bring others in with you, but I don't know. I'm starting to become suspicious. He may have just come in just to throw out a sound alert and leave. This is fine. It's funny. I have nothing else. It's a great opportunity for me to plug my merch. Get it now at basicallytabletop.com/shop. Or wait till one of the links pops up in the chat. Or command merch. I keep forgetting I have command merch. I should probably do a command shout out. But I will shout out Bam right now regardless, because you should go watch him when he plays Fortnite, because he's really funny and really, like, actually, he's better at the game than he is funny, but he has his moments. Also, sometimes I play with him. Also, he has quite the name to try to type into. I probably should have just copy paste. It's fine. Go follow him. Give him a follow or two. Oh, Peachy is still here. Got a call. No worries. I think your other half just came in to drop a sound alert on me. Unfortunately for him, I don't have any sound alerts that are obviously trolls. Obviously trolls. There are some that are kind of trollish, but yeah, he's still at work. Yeah, that's fair. You went for the expensive one thinking that was the troll one, but that's probably the one that gets the least old. It's all by design. Should totally try out the other ones, though. Actually, here's what's really funny. If he subbed to me, he could have gotten the good one.
Rushing off to fight, you're gonna need the right equipment. Without the right equipment, Billy, you're just a hollow, mark-ass, trick-ass, little-ass, pussy-ass bitch.
Which, by the way, the brush I am using is a Monument Hobbies Pro Sable size 0. It's me always put down and it's gone. Alright, so we did the trenches. Time for highlighting.
I'm colorblind.
Which is fine, because Corex White doesn't have a whole lot of color in it anyway. I need a better brush to rip out the goo that is this paint. I mean, like, the goo. Corex White? Not great. But this is a very specific recipe that was part of this commission, so I'm kind of screwed until it's done. Then as soon as it's done, I'm finding an equivalent in a third party that is not this awful mess. I keep hearing Pro Acrylic is very good in general. Let's see if we have anything good. Yeah, Citadel most of the time. Citadel is the paint company by Games Workshop. What type of paint are you using? This is primarily all acrylic. The exceptions are primarily like the inks, which I actually use like the red ink a lot. Skin Wash is pretty good too. These are by Vallejo. What's it down here? It's Vallejo. Vallejo Game Ink range. What? Do I have any other kinds of paint? Nah, everything else is just like chemicals. Like I have liquid resin, I have mediums, I have a few acids. But yeah, it's primarily acrylic. Yeah. The brands are usually the things that matter more. So Citadel is the brand made by Games Workshop, the people that make Warhammer. It's usually overpriced, and the closer to white you get, the worse it usually is. I'm pointing over there because that's where my whites are, or over here. A lot of the brighter ones there are not that great. I have so many of them because they're easy to get a hold of when you're first starting, and they do have this nice... Alright, now I gotta get back to where I should paint with. They have a nice scheme in that they're labeled like a base, for example. So this is like the first block color you put down, and then it will be a shade, for example, to shade it down. And too thick, yeah, they all the whites come out like chalky. Some of the non-whites come out chalky, actually. And there are others that just have better, like, smoother metallics. But what Citadel does do very well is their technicals. Also, other shaders, like Null Oil. Null Oil is literally referred to as liquid talent, because you put Null Oil on anything and it just looks better. Actually, I think it's a problem with the medium, but Strong Pigments, is actually a company right now, Ultra Acrylic, I want to say is what they're calling it. Hold on, I'm in their Discord. Shit. Yeah, Ultra Krill is the name of the line. I keep forgetting the name of the actual company, but they're working on ultra vibrant acrylic paints. They're looking pretty good. They're not out yet, but they've been working on that for a fair part of the last year and a half. What I've been liking... Okay, so technicals. Citadel technicals are good. Like, some of their contrasts, Aromatic Blue, a lot of anything labeled technical, like this Hex Wraith Flame, awesome. Blood for the Blood God is literally blood in a pot. Like, this is like straight from the pot. You just dip your brush in it, dab it on the thing, it's blood. It's straight up blood. It's so nice. Metallics, I've been really preferring Army Painter. Not Army. Yeah, Army Painter. The Army Painter War Paints. Their Metallics line, I really like. It takes about 3 coats, and then it becomes so silky smooth after that third coat. Like, it's... Where's a good example piece? That's actually Ruin Lord Brass, which is a very good... One of the few really good Citadel Metallics. What have I done lately? I've been... Where's my tank? Well, I roughed up a lot of it on purpose, but in theory, all the metals done on this tank were done in Army Painter eventually. I'd say these power coils here are probably the smoothest, because everything else I roughed up later with effects on purpose. It's not as obvious how clean they actually went on there. Oh, thank you. Let me zoom out so you can actually see this monstrosity. I've really been leaning into the tribal nonsense. A lot of trophy racks and trophy chains. Gotta put the Fear of the God Emperor in them. Plus all the guns are magnetized, so they get switched out. And then sometimes have a hard time going back in. Get in there. There you go. Alright, you get put away. Let's see. What I've been hearing a lot lately is that Pro Acryl. Yeah, Pro Acryl is like the current like favorite of the community, especially like the painting streamers and YouTubers. Just every time I go into like another painter stream, I'm hearing about Pro Acryl just constantly. So when I start needing to stock up on some paints again, or, you know, expand my paint repertoire, I will probably be looking at them, unless it's something I've already found something I like. Like, I will say, one metallic I do particularly like from Citadel, their Ruin Lord Brass. Very nice. This is the previous, currently finished one of the guys I'm painting right now. My focus is going everywhere. I'll fix that so you can actually see stuff. About there. Brass here, brass there, brass on the hilt, brass on the Iron Halo. That's all Ruin Lord Brass. Yeah. If you ever decide to pare down, you know who to call. Let's focus on auto. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. What's going on over there? Hold on. People going nuts again. Okay. Anyway, sorry. But really, I'm loving this materials chat. Amazing. The oh, you want a miracle material? Let me give you a miracle material. So in 40k, we have water transfers that we use constantly. Actually, not that. I don't know why. That's freehand. It's usually right there as transfers, but that's a transfer. That's a transfer. There's this miracle material I didn't use for the first couple of years I was doing this. Now I can't not use it. Micro Soul and Micro Set. These are acids, basically, for setting decals. You prep it with Micro Set, then you put transfer on it. You let it completely dry on there, like all the water you're using to put there and whatnot. Then you gracefully, slowly apply Micro Soul because this is much stronger. And it melts down the transfer and makes it actually curve precisely to what it's actually on. Almost like temporary tattoos? Yeah, basically. Like, yeah, like water-based temporary tattoos. Examples. Oh, these are all the same sheet, basically, but yeah. What we do is we cut out the transfer we want, we dip that in water, let it soak, and then when it's completely soaked, the little plastic sheet with the actual thing on it slides off, and we slide that on to the mini. That's why we call them water slide decals, or water slide transfers. Which allows people not like me that can freehand stuff like these lightning bolts to do stuff like the official icons, or people like me to do them very quickly. And the acid sets it to the figure. Right, normally you would just let it dry, but what would happen is, and I can grab some of my older ones. Grab this Hellblaster. That one doesn't quite have what I'm talking about. Where's a particular obvious one? Okay, right here. So, okay, you see a little bit of light grayness on the corner there, like along the edge? And over here, I don't know if the light can hit, but there's like a lump here. Oh, I actually can see them sticking up a little bit there. That's because the transfer is flat, and it's trying to adhere to a curved surface. This is just applied with Ard Coat, this just clear coat stuff. So it's not actually sitting on it. Yeah, it perks on the edges, doesn't form, it wrinkles. Right, exactly. The acid melts it down slightly, but you have to be careful. If you do too much, it'll actually start melting the paint and turn into this horrific goo. I've had it happen before. I had to completely reset that shoulder pad. Like scrape everything off and reprime it and everything. Because it was so... Because it mixed together. It was white and red and just... Which is really annoying, because that was a completely finished shoulder. Oh, good. I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah, those are fun. Inks are probably my current super weapon, though. Man, what I can do with inks. Inks, immediate, massive saturation of color. Oh, stop. You know me. Okay. Yeah, I know. I actually should probably go back to applying art. While I'm talking. Inks, using inks as a top coat, I found is an amazing way of just immediately applying massive amounts of saturation of color to literally anything. And it takes like moments. Also, does funky things through an airbrush. Like, inks through an airbrush, that's some good stuff right there. This guy's helmet. Its base coat is red ink through an airbrush on white. Look how, like smooth that red is. How it's just chef's kiss. I love this helmet so much. I haven't dabbled in inks, but I was just thinking about trying out some inks with resin, just haven't done so yet. Saw some people using acrylic to color resin. It's quite opaque. I didn't much like that look for what I want at all. Oh, you got it. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, so you're looking at adding color to resin. Alright, so I actually have some experience with this. I have liquid resin, I've dabbled in liquid resin. I find... Now this depends on what kind of liquid resin you're using. I have heard that there's binary liquid resin that cures by you adding other stuff to it. UV. Okay, that's the stuff that I've actually used. So here's my experience with UV resin. Want to color it, you have to be quite careful. Because UV is based on the light the light actually hitting the stuff and that cures it. So if you make it too opaque, it won't actually cure beyond the most immediate layer. If you give me a second, I will actually grab a piece I have done this on where I want a dark puddle of pollution, like ultra polluted, like battlefield, like mixture of like vehicle oil and runoff and nonsense. So give me a second. Let's see, it is up here. One of my mini dioramas. I call it a mini diorama because it's actually on the appropriate base size, so it's super compact. Did this a while back for a painting contest. I got second, actually. So this puddle here, right? I'm gonna get right up close on this. So this is liquid resin, and it's pretty dark. I actually originally was trying to go for it to be like brown-black, like totally. Turns out you can't really do that, because the coloration will actually stop the UV rays. So, there is, I'm pretty sure, actually still liquid resin inside this. Because what I found I had to do, after having to completely reset from my first attempt, is pour a little bit of black resin in there, black colored resin there, so I had a little bit of like black ink in the liquid resin mixed together. Put that in, keep it in the center-ish area, and then pour clear resin around it, and then cure that, like completely encase it with clear resin. I don't think the actually blackened resin in there is actually cured. Yes, yeah, it's basically what I ran into, because, I mean, if the light can't pierce it, then it's not going to cure the resin. So I found that out, you know, the hard way. The other way to do it is you add it afterwards, which I've done on this other piece. I want bloody spittle coming from the wolf's mouth, which this is liquid resin made into these spittle balls. That one is too big, I understand that. I think this might actually be blood for the Bladeguard, the technical paint. Wow, this thing is getting dusty. I got this thing. I actually gotta finish making these guys. At some point I need to make 4 more of actually both these guys. I don't know about the bases, but anyway. I want to say it's blood for the Bladeguard, maybe thinned down a bit, but I think red ink will give you a similar approach. Just obviously I was going for blood, but yeah. Gotta dust your dollar table. Yeah, I know, right? What I need to do is at some point get a number of, because one is not gonna fit. I need to get some enclosed display cases. Yeah, no, I have to dust. Like every time I have a game and I use a bunch of guys that are on my shelves, I have to dust them. It's insane. I need to get, yeah, being in the basement and I'm all exposed to open air, I gotta get some enclosed display cases. It's a real thing. What I also gotta do is get the ones that have like the metal sheets and then put magnets on the bottom of all of them so I can't knock them over. The case is you can make them with acrylic sheets or plexi. I mean, I could, but I don't have any of those materials on hand. I think at the end of the day, it probably cost me about as much as just buying one prefabbed. If my 3D printer was working, I probably could start making the frames right now off the plastic I currently have, but... Because prefabbed display cases are not super expensive anyway. Oh, for reference, what I'm mixing into the paint here, this clear liquid over here, you can just kinda see. That is airbrush flow improve. I use that specifically as a medium thinning agent. Not only does it thin, but flow improver does specifically is it removes the surface tension. So if I get it too wet, it doesn't grab on the stuff that I'm not directly applying the brush to. It's particularly nice for highlighting. Because a lot of times with this specific paint, you want it really wet, but you don't want it grabbing onto weird stuff that comes close to you, like this red, Imperialis, I want to say it's called? In lore? Not that Peachy would know its proper term in lore to correct me anyway, but you know. Plexi is sort of pricey depending on where you get, but you could make it with epoxy too. So it doesn't like spire spread. Right, so it could be basically water, and it still would not spire spread. That's how I do freehands. Like when I'm doing stuff like this lightning bolt here, I would make it quite thin so that I would make it quite thin so I could do it in layers. So correction's not difficult, especially red on white. Because obviously being white, the red's gonna stain it, like basically immediately. So thin, but also it goes exactly where I put the brush, nowhere else. And you can get sharp points right, because, I mean, especially with the size 1 brush, like the tip is very fine. Yes. Fortunately for like inks, because that is actually top coated with red ink to get that specific shade of red, you automatically get a lot of that built in, so makes it quite easy to do stuff like that. Yeah, I'd say orange red, this Wild Rider red, top coated with red ink. I use it on a lot of the, like on this guy's leg and helmet there. Same thing, that's all freehand. The orange followed by red ink top coat. That bright red car, yes. Yep. To the point now, basically anytime I'm doing a red that's not a dark red, I will top coat it with red ink. It also helps blending the reds together, like the cloak here. This is dark red that's in shaded black so I can get more impressive shadows, and then glazed layers of the orange until I've got it built up enough to the points, and then I top coat all with red to blend everything together and make it actually properly red again, instead of this like super dark red plus an orange on top, because that's what it looks like before the red ink. And that just blends it all together into red fabric. Hey Cyborg, just noticed you're alive. Haha, I just sent you a DM on Discord about the one shot. Okay, cool. I will obviously see to all that after the stream. Almost like a wash. Yeah, it's a by Citadel terms, we'd call it a glaze, which is just above a wash that its main purpose is to color shift. Like this is Gilliman. Fortunately, they don't really make most of these anymore, but you can make them yourself fairly easily, which is how I discovered inks, because someone was like, oh hey, you know how we all love like Gilliman Blue and Blood Letter glazes? Because they're amazing at color shifting stuff. You can make them by using a bunch of Vallejo Game Ink Red, and I'm like, or Gaming Blue and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Let me go buy a bunch of inks. Yeah. A little bit more pigmented wash. Yeah, it's slightly thicker than a wash. Not by much, but slightly. That's what I've kind of learned is that all acrylic paint types is just the amount of pigment versus medium. It's mostly actually the medium, how wet or how dry, because you can go all the way straight to like there's no medium, which are straight up called dries. Or just dry brushing anything really by just, you know, hitting it on a napkin long enough. Chalk, basically. Yeah, pretty much. Which, speaking of which, I still gotta at some point get some makeup brushes, because I hear those are the best dry brushes by a long shot. Just powder part of the paint, like pastels. Yep. Do example of dry brush results in a second. Where's this plate? You know, at some point in the painting stream, I got paint. Yeah. How you doing, Sai, by the way? Little tip when it comes to makeup brush, if you're going to use them for art, definitely try that from dollar store first. They actually carry some really good quality makeup brushes, work fantastic with highlights and pastel. Oh, sweet. I can get behind some dollar store. Because I am poor. Chilling, sweet. Okay, so dry brushing. Before I run off again. Actually, yeah, I'll just get the same guys before. So the bases, I dry brush. The rocks and the ground, actually same color. Which, actually, this one's kind of hard to tell quite, or maybe it's just my camera. Do I have some fur? Oh yeah, I have that wolf. Wolf's got a lot of dry brushing, obviously. It's fur. Dry brushing is the best thing ever for fur. Actually, a lot of base is super dry brush as well, so. Fur's dry brush, the base is a ton of dry brush. Dry brushing is awesome if you can think of all different ways of using them. I found recently dry brushing stuff and then using an ink wash on top of them does some awesome color shift work for me. Really quickly, like feathers. Feathers are great. Which actually, I got a lot of those sent around. This was black, and I dry brushed it with white, and then I threw blue ink on it. And now it's like bluish raven feathers. Super simple. They're fantastic brushes, but cheap, and if you're just looking to do things like light detail like that, definitely great for that. We're just looking phenomenal. Oh, thank you. I'm getting there. Man, if you saw the people on my Instagram, it's like, let's just put this in a museum right now, please. Please and thank you. Actually, there's a chance he might show up. There's one guy in the tabletop community, the BTT community. There's a person sitting at the table that I might throw some of his work on the screen cap because it is amazing. Oh yeah, and there's this guy, Imdrasil. Yes, he paints Lord of the Rings miniatures, and he does it all in oils. Good lord, and he makes it look effortless in the process. Like it's incredible. Like let's paint actual like Van Gogh on minis. respectively. I was asked about paying a few pieces for a friend, but I didn't want to ruin. I don't remember if I showed you the game board I was working on. I have some minis I was looking to redesign. Wasn't quite sure where to start. Okay, you talking about redesign their fabrication, or like the look of them, like the coloration. Because there's actually a bit of the paint. Okay, yeah, with some pics I can definitely advise. Join the Discord. Throw some pics in there. I'm not sure where those would go exactly, but probably in general, maybe. Also, I'm gonna pull up that crazy guy's. Gotta look at that. I keep forgetting his name, because I'm terrible at names. I'm so bad at names. It's literally been so helpful. Oh, good, I'm glad. D. Allen. This guy is bonkers. Let's see, get window cap. Oh, right, I changed my overlay on the inside as well. Where's my stuff? In camp. There we go. Window cap. I'm just gonna DM grind as per usual. This session baseline is gonna be low level characters at high magical items. Oh wow, that's a risky game right there. That's a dangerous game. So this is D. Allen's work, one of his orcs. Yeah, this guy is absurd. How dare he? Especially the skin. The skin, man, gets me every time. This is from the back. I know, right? And the base, like, this is where it gets into realism levels. I will say, from last time I talked to him, he did make me feel a bit better about my actual output, like timelines. The blushing on it, yeah. No, it really, like, I've been feeling it. I'm like, oh man, it just takes me forever to finish painting anything. He's like, oh yeah, no, like it just the more crazy you get, the more time it's gonna take. Nothing is quick. I think he said he worked on that thing for like multiple months because there's so much blending. Blending takes a while, especially over large surfaces. So that made me feel a bit better for like taking 2 solid months on a tank, for example. Oh, there's the Discord. I could have said use command Discord to get into Discord, but I was like, well, I'm sure it'll pop up eventually. It's on what, a 10-minute timer, I think. Oh yeah, I've already highlighted all that. Just distracted. Alright, so you might be appreciative to know, like there. In regards to the one-shot on Wednesday, after reviewing the data, Wednesday night's usually one of my lowest points in the week, so yeah, totally not nearly as worried about missing that stream. Also, now that I got the Xbox thing set up now, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more impromptu gaming streams, so that'll make up for that with ease pretty quick. Probably over the weekend, no problem. So yeah, we're all good for that one shot. I'll check out all the messages after the stream. I sit down and actually think about it. Yeah, no, we're still writing stuff up. Yeah, cool deal. Good. I'm trying to remember the last time I did a one-shot. Or a one-shot that wasn't like a side piece of an existing campaign. Yeah. It's kind of exciting in a way, because if I want to, I can make a totally disposable character. It's really take the gloves off. Obviously not saying I'm going to make a bad character. I don't make bad characters. I still have standards. I just don't have to think about, am I going to enjoy this for the next 4.5 decades? Yeah, no, I lost my train of thought. But what? It was something about art. It's art something. I forgot. Been doing art for the last 3 decades, so. Oh yeah, well I was. Yeah. Oh, I meant like D&D characters. Like I design my D&D characters usually in the knowledge of it being a long haul. So I'm very picky about stuff. Oh, never have I ever. Yeah, that can't be true. I'm pretty certain. Have you really not played D&D? You must have played D&D. Come on. Pretty sure we've talked about you playing at one point. No? No, you've never played D. How? 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 You've absolutely talked about it. Nope, you've never played D&D. What? Just hard to find groups on it. I present to you roll 20. I feel like Peachy's messages are potentially getting typos and I'm getting mixed messages. Pronouns to you in my Fiverr. Listen, I will always support the shameless self-plug, okay? Why have you not put that in the self-promotions in the Discord button? You know that's why that's there, right? If you do stuff, plug it. In fact, plug it every now and again, because that thing's quickly filled up by streamers posting their newly live messages. I think I have put there a time or two already. Oh, okay. I mean, feel free to do it as often as you feel appropriate. Actually, who was I talking to about it? When it was another streamer yesterday, I think, about how streamers we gotta support each other. We gotta put resources in each other's streams to help get each other's, words out, because, that's like the best way of gaining visibility. And yeah, it all helps each other, really. I will. Looking at it tomorrow, it's been reposted about 18 times. Like, okay. Do I let this go because it's funny, or do I do the adult thing, or... Hey, we've so far been able to go without any posted rules, okay? So we got that going. We've had one guy try to troll me, but I haven't had to actually take action yet. So we're doing good. We're still anarchistic. So. Actually, here's a question for you, Sai, as you're in the Discord. Do you think I use the @everyone tag too often? You think I spam my people? I mean, granted, some of it's just because I'm always doing stuff, so like that, I'm sure that doesn't help any. It's like every day I have something to put in there. I don't know, I mute everyone's text for every server I'm in. Okay, I usually mute normal messages on all but a couple of specific servers, including my server, obviously. But I usually keep @everyone's on so I get news updates, but I've started doing that with streamers because it does feel like a lot, and I'm like, ah, crap, people are... I just remembered what part of why this week's been so quiet. Venom's in electrician school till next week. I don't have my main village man. And my only mod. Not that he's had to do anything, it's just he's normally always here and he's the one that usually throws in my commands in the chat for me. Peachy, I'm missing my Peachy. Basically, is how this week has gone. It only really just hit me now. Because I've been just working nonstop. / streaming nonstop. At least I get him back not tomorrow, Monday. Well, maybe tomorrow if I do stream them. Yeah, stream tomorrow. I'll figure. Actually, one day I'll figure out the English. Not today. Okay. That's... Oh! Just grabbed my brush. Sus? What's sus? Me figuring out the English language? Yeah, it's a pretty bold claim. Alright, we're good for edge highlights now. Which is White Scar, which is normally everyone's nightmare, except I threw a bunch of airbrush chemicals in there, so it's not nearly as terrible. It's actually fairly usable now. What I threw in it, I don't remember exactly. I'd assume it's some combination of thinner and flow improver. But now it's like fairly liquid, and my only complaint is that it usually dries on this brush very quickly.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
Thank you for the follow. Warhammer 40k used to be this. That was quite the name. I like it. Are you saying 40k used to be like my streams? In which case, I feel bad for you. But thanks for the stream, man. Not the stream, the follow. Glad you are enjoying the content. Or what seems to pass for content. I don't know. I question things still. Also, feel free to continue lurking. I actually do love my lurkers, even though I do occasionally rag on them. I rag on everyone. That's the thing. Really, it's the more I rag on you, it means the more I like you. Ichi knows this. Yeah, right there. Right there. It took like 30 seconds and the paint was dry on the brush.
Nice fucking model!
The model is a Bladeguard veteran painted in the white scars, which I have a finished one right here. It will look something akin to this when it's finished. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Water. 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 Water.
And I will hydrate. Using... Warning. This is a coffee mug, not a brush rinse cup. Don't drink paint water. Get one of my mugs.
Rushing off to fight, you're gonna need the right equipment. Without the right equipment, Billy, you're just a hollow, mark-ass, trick-ass, little-ass, pussy-ass bitch.
Which, to avoid that, I use Monument Hobbies Pro Sable brushes, currently a size 0, which is basically what I use 98% of the time. I'd probably use the size 1 more, but my last one I screwed up because I'm an idiot. I got some glue in it by accident.
I'm colorblind.
I believe right now we're using some white scar, which is fitting. I think that's all of the buttons he has access to until he learns about all the sound alerts. In the sound alert tab, wherever that is, because I keep forgetting. Oh yes, if you want the mug or any of my other merch, Command Merch will get you the link. Which I have some new merch. Oh yeah, we got new merch. We got a new mug and a new shirt with my new channel icon. Actually, can I pop it? I'm sure I can find a way to pop those onto screen. Because I'm really excited about the new merch. Which we mostly drew. Right there. Where is it?
Got him!
And he found the sound alerts. I sent him on the hunt. Let's just open this real quick. And it's my wind cap. That's gonna go on this. No. No, it's supposed to be that. Nope, it's not working. Working? Nope, not working. Oh, I could throw in a BRB screen for a second. Got a slideshow of the merch in the top left. Oh, that was the mug for there for a second. Oh, and it's back. I need to get zoom-ins on shirts. I know this before anyone mentions how they can't see it. Yes, you have found the sound. You have fully become an Emperor's Children. Oh, by the way, Wonderwall. All the Tyranids cease to exist. That's about what I'm feeling as I realize I need to think of a better way of pushing my merch midstream. I need to figure that out. Did I mention I have merch? Okay, alright, I'm done. So anyway, we are painting a white scars as part of a very large commission of many, many white scars. Oh yeah, I still need to make that an actual emote for the Discord, Cyborg. You are not wrong. Because that was actually made by the modified button by Saurian? Yeah, Saurian made that one. Just on the fly, just because, just all of a sudden I saw this in my chat. Hey, Samurai! How goes? Speaking of my merch, this man can attest to the merch, as he has at least one mug. Hey, you might get more mugs. I got a new mug. It's real good. You might want it for yourself. Just saying. Currently playing new Call of Duty Live. Nice. How is it? The new Modern Warfare 2? To live up to the nostalgia, if you have the nostalgia. If you're old enough for said nostalgia. I'm totally not calling out all the kids in my chat. That's definitely not happening right now. Sorry. But no, seriously, how's the new Modern Warfare 2? Is it good? It's so good. Was hard at bitch trying to stay silent in Yab 19. Oh no, you don't have the real nostalgia of the old one. Dude, people are like, oh yeah, Call of Duty 2, and I'm like, you mean the World War II one from like 2004? Like, no, Modern Warfare 2. What are you talking about? I'm like, children. You did not scale the cliffs of Point du Hoc on D-Day. Nor did you storm Moscow in the snow with a dozen MG-42s staring right at you. Or run behind the British Crusader tanks in El Alamein. Oh man, Call of Duty 2, the original Call of Duty 2 was so good. I forgot to standard highlight those, the broad highlight. Man, I got so many memories from Call of Duty 2. I played the crap out of that game. It had like good multiplayer too. Granted, all of the like semi-auto rifles were pretty overpowered, like the carbine. Carbine was pretty. I say that even as I consistently praise the M1 Garand in Enlisted, but you know. I have played them all, so it's annoying that's not the old campaign. Wait, Modern Warfare 2 doesn't have the original Modern Warfare 2 campaign, just like revamped? I want to start my own pain stream, but don't have the gear to. Okay, so real quick, do you have a relatively recent smartphone? Because that's what this camera is. This camera is my smartphone. It's my iPhone. Yeah, I'm sure that was great. Not all of it, no, they added more missions in iPhone 13. Oh, you got 13? Yeah, you're fine. This is a SE 2nd gen, so it came out like the same time. Like, straight up same time. What you do is you get the iOS for OBS plugin. I actually just helped Gosu set all this up. iOS for OBS, pay for the premium version, it's like 10 bucks or something. And then OBS. And then I put this on a, this is on a, like a phone clamp on like a mic arm that you can get on Amazon. You can get both of these for a total of like, oh, I don't know, maybe like 30-40 bucks. You can have this system right here. All the other stuff is, do I pay once or monthly? I think it's like a yearly. I think it's a yearly like 10 bucks or something. It's still really cheap. It's really, really cheap. Like I didn't even think about paying it. It was like, oh, premium? Oh yeah, that thing, whatever. It's not even a blip on my like subscription radar. It's like all the other stuff, I paid subscription stuff for, like, owned, where the overlay and the alerts and everything come from. That's like 15 bucks a month. No, 20 bucks a month. Also comes with the music from Epidemic Sounds. That's like 20 bucks a month. So like that I pay like pretty decent money for, all things considered. But this app right here, nothing. You could just have the entire screen that. There are plenty of streamers that have just that. They don't have face cam or palette cam. I have all that because I've been doing video production for years, nearly a decade. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna do this like good, and I have a bunch of camera equipment already. Because I make like trailers and online courses for businesses as one of my other businesses. As well as web dev. So like I already had a lot of stuff sitting around. Like I had this camera, the face cam camera. This is like, I don't know why I keep looking over there because habit. This here is a Canon EOS M something. I don't know, it's a $600 camera. That I already had as part of production stuff. I then bought this like pretty decent webcam. That's the palette cam, and that was there like 60 bucks. But you don't need all that, really. All you really need is this. And somewhere to mount the arm to that it gets you to like this angle, kinda. And then you use that app. And you can just have that as your entire screen. And you need a microphone, which could just be a... This is a gaming headset, because my actual mics, which are over there in a box, are both not working.
If it doesn't make you happy, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. You want to do a stream? Do a stream, man. Do a stream. Let me know when it happens. I will follow. I will shout you out. I will... Sorry, I'm like knocking stuff off my desk because I'm trying to like fix a few... Things are out of order there. I have a very specific system of chaos. It doesn't look great, but I know where everything is. So I do. I see stuff moving. I'm like, nah. Yeah. I like chaos. Yeah, I know you like chaos. It's very specific brand of chaos. It's very ordered. It's a very orderly chaos. So yeah, do a paint stream, man. Like, frankly, a lot of the stuff that I'm able to do with my stream is because of just build up of other things I've done over time. I didn't just grab all this and was doing this. So you can't... Five Goblins, gotta love at least a little. Yeah, it's true. They are pretty exceptional goblins, to be fair. Yeah, so don't use me as a measuring stick when you first start out. Use me as a goalpost. Because this is not even my first time doing streams or my first time having a YouTube channel. I've done those before. Just didn't go anywhere. This one started going because those were just about the channel. This is about the painting that I was already good at. Thanks, I love them all. Good. As you should. You'd be insane not to. Man, it's only been a few months, but I feel like it's been too long since I've been to your place, Peachy. I have to do something sometime. I gotta get a car, and I gotta get a vehicle. Anyway. Yeah, buy my merch, I can get a car. Game night soon, yes. Yes. I agree. Oh, are you saying you have a game night soon? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, there's like 13 different subtexts that can go onto that message. One of the only downsides of Twitch chat, messages are usually short and sweet, and I'm like, I see all the different ways that can be said. Which one am I working with? It's all good. Oh yeah, speaking of streams, now that we have some actual people here, regulars and new people. So last night I tested my gaming stream setup with the Xbox. Obviously with OBS streaming PC gaming is quite easy, so I'm not super concerned about that. Tested the Xbox. I've got an overlay that's working. The only downside is that you guys can't hear your sound alerts, so I need to work on that. But besides that, it's basically ready to go. So for the time being, it's gonna be mostly impromptu gaming streams. But we are moving towards having a consistent a consistent gaming stream segment. For now, it'll probably be mostly Shadow of Mordor, as it's the game I've been playing casually the most. A little bit enlisted here and there, might be some Destiny 2, probably some Fortnite with Peachy and Bam. Saw that, more games now, I like that. Well, yeah, I guess it means I'll be playing with you more often, using you as a meat shield in Fortnite. I like using Peachy to carry my extra equipment. That's how that works. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this trench that I messed up just now immediately. It's a strategy that I actually use in 40k a lot. It's called threat saturation. I give them more targets so they're not shooting at me as much, or in Warhammer at the stuff I don't want them to shoot. It actually works quite well. You throw a gunship, a tank destroyer, a dreadnought, and some really efficient anti-vehicular units at an enemy, and suddenly they're shooting that instead of my basic core infantry that are getting all the victory points. It's pretty good. Actually, now at Raven Guard I have a pretty decent secondary. I'm feeling a bit better about where we stand in the meta right now. Grand, I've only had that much success against local opponents. So who knows if that actually reflects universally. Holy crap, I'm getting hungry all of a sudden. Like, I almost am wondering, not really, but amusingly almost wondering if you guys can hear my stomach rumbling right. Jeez. Is anyone else painting minis right now, by the way? I know Sai is working on DM stuff. Ichi's working on, well, life. She's always doing a lot of stuff. Anyone painting minis, and what are you painting? I wish to know. I am! Nice. What are you painting for, EK? Also, I gotta figure out what to actually, like, call you. What should I be calling you? Because Warhammer 40k and 40k seems a little confusing, all things considered. A Cursed City... Slyton. Sklyton? Used to this? Alright, yeah, I'll call you used to this. Getting some Cursed City, though. I understood the Cursed City, I understand. That I get. I don't know what Sklyton is, or how to even say it, but good on you. Oh, Skeleton. Very... One of our good old Radom boys. I can definitely appreciate a Skeleton, as my favorite D&D character right now is a Necromancer. And he specializes in them bony boys. Oh man, do I love my bony boys. I love them so much that I have given them subclasses and fluff and names and a naming convention, and I track all their equipment individually. And I currently have 8, but I can have up to 29 right now, I want to say. It just, my party doesn't currently know that I'm a necromancer. Y'all think I'm an illusionist, and I just have a bunch of skeletons in a bag of holding on my belt, ready to go at any time. 4 skeleton archers with crossbows, I think shields, maybe just crossbows. They all have armor though. They definitely all have armor. And 3 warriors, which have short swords, and a knight that has a rapier shield. That took quite a bit of gold when first making that character. I came in when we were level 7, about to hit level 8, so I came in with a fair bit of gold, and I spent just about all of it on gear for my skeletons that I've not even used yet, and I'm about 3 months into this campaign. It's pretty funny. We fought a lot, by the way. We do a lot of random encounters in this game, like, good lord. Way more than I'm normally used to, actually. Most of my other games, very roleplay heavy. I mean, like, my cleric game, okay, that I've been playing for 4.5, nearly 5 years. It's level 11. And that campaign is almost all roleplay. We have spent entire sessions planning out a single, like, move, like our next objective, our next goal. I think I need, actually, am I? Have I hit everything? I think I have a little bit left, actually. Yeah, I see a few spots. Actually, this last session we did, which is a couple weeks ago, because we have to take like a month break because scheduling and Halloween. We're about to go into a wizard's tower, which feels like such a break from the normal, like, craziness. Like, it's just like, oh, a standard dungeon type encounter. Amazing, because we've been dealing with some freakish nonsense for a long time. And usually the entire Empire's fate is weighing upon the results. So, like, just go into this dungeon, get the magic item, get out, that's the job. I'm like, wow, this feels like a vacation. Amazing. So we're planning it out, we're doing our research, we go to the Mages Guild, we get some papers on the last time someone tried to clear it out, and we're going over spells and equipment and buying magical items and even contacting other cities to put magical items on hold for us. I need a gem chalice to do Hero's Feast, because apparently this wizard was an alchemist first, a wizard second, so lots of poisons. So me being a cleric of Selkat, the Egyptian scorpion goddess, I'm like, okay, I know poison. Here's how we do a poison. Hero's Feast. I just need the item. And we get 24 hours of... 24 hours? I don't know. A lot of time. Many hours worth of poison immunity. So that's taking care of that. We also get a bunch of other stuff too. Extra health. Immunity or resistance or buffs against, like, charmed or fear or something. I don't know. Other stuff. It's been like 2 weeks since I looked at it. Anyway, Hero's Feast. Yeah, we spent an entire 3.5-hour session just planning out all our stuff to make sure we were as informed and as equipped as possible with this. That's how we do in that campaign. This other campaign, we walk down the road like 6 feet. Here's another encounter. Is it orcs? Is it an archaeology dig? Is it a literal dragon? It might be a literal dragon, because we're in the Dragonlands, even though we're level 7. Level 8. But it's okay, because we're under the employee of a dragon, so... not likely to straight up mess with us for the laughs. For the lulz. That's something. Did I get the bottom? I don't think I did get this bottom lip here. think this is the last that I have to hit on this. And then I think this piece is basically the tilt plate I'm not gonna mess with until I have more of him put together and I kind of get a feel for his personality, if you will. I think I got a little bit of weight on that Yep, definitely did. Do I have a significant amount of cleanup besides this? Which I might just put some more red ink on it to fix that. That might be the solution there. It's not just rubbing off. I think I got that weight on it. Oh wait, no, there we go. That's fine. That's on the top. Down here. Nope. We need red ink. It's happening. So I'm using Vallejo Game Ink Red. I color shift everything. I'm going straight to the top coat, which is basically what this is, or wash, or what have you. There's the full recipe. None of the steps are going to give me basically what this ink is going to do to white paint anyway, so... No. The corn red, wild rider red, then the red ink. But red ink on white is still going to give basically the same result. It's fine. Do I have significant cleanup anywhere? Not really. This whole piece went very swimmingly. There's a little there, but I'm gonna paint that later. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm satisfied. We can just move on. Next piece. It's actually gonna be after we check out the base. Is this dry enough for me to wash? I believe it is. Excellent. Actually, what order do I want to do this in? I keep second guessing the order. So okay. So the end result is that train paint's been given mount arrives Tuesday. Mount for what mount? Would I forget? What? Time took me very by surprise. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. There you go. Did you also get one of the arms? So the end game is none oil and then dry brush of Dawnstone, and the rock is dry brush of Dawnstone and then non oiled. So funny that and I do have to clean up some of where I put the texture paint around the rock, and I gotta re-black it. I think I might. I think actually I non oil it all, the whole thing, and then work from there. Yeah. All right. Pardon me. Alright, bros, so we're gonna take off. I appreciate you now to help me out. Have a great rest of the stream. Definitely do game night soon. No D&D. It's gonna become a D&D one shot, okay? That's how it's gonna work. Yeah, if you want some advice on the minis, I mean, you have me on Discord, or you can always join mine. There are links around. Send me some pics of it and your questions, and I'll say what I can, I guess. I will advise. But have a great day. Maybe I'll see you later. Maybe not. If not, I'll see you later. Alright. As the entire thing 100% coated in normal oil. There we go. Now we'll let that dry while we begin the next piece. We're gonna get the iOS OBS. So you're gonna need the on the App Store and then Google it. So you'll need it one version on your phone and another one on your computer that you're gonna have OBS running from. So then when you get the app, you get it running on the app, you plug in the phone connected to the laptop or computer, whatever. And that's how it picks it up through the plugin in OBS. There's instructions for everything as you go. It's not horrifically complicated, actually. Yeah. What am I doing? Right, next piece. So, alright. I could do this piece. Actually, there's a few different directions we can go. Is it called Camera for OVA Studio? No, it's really... Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna... There you go. That's the website. And that's the step-by-step instructions for the whole thing. So yeah, as long as you have an iPhone, which you say you do, you have OBS, which is free, and you just download it, and you have some kind of wire, you know, USB to Lightning, then yeah, and you're good. And you can stream your phone directly to Twitch, whatever your phone's camera. And it's in both directions. It can be front or rear-facing camera. It actually has a pretty nice suite of options in the back for all kinds of stuff, like all the different camera options. Okay, for painting, there's actually a few different directions we can go from here. We can move on to the back, which will allow us to, when the base is done, to pop this onto the base, and then we could go from there. Or we can begin working on it'd be the knee pad or the skull. Okay, hold on. I have to explain what's going on here. So I have a few different interlocking bits that I have added on to the front of this. So firstly, you have the knee pad piece, right? That's gonna go there. Then I have, for added flair, it's gonna be a skull here, right? And then over top that, attached to the bottom of the handle of pistol, it's gonna be this piece that's going to lay over the skull over here. I already fitted it and everything. It's all completely prepared. It just needs to be painted and assembled. The skull piece is going to be mounted very similarly to the other one. I've kind of just made it the Bladeguard's like thing that all the Bladeguard have like a trophy coming off their tilt plate. Just kind of a thing I added. Hey, if you get commissions from me, by the way, I will just add extra detail stuff that you didn't even ask for just to spruce up guys because I'm just that creative. Like minded. It's about the art. So like, I was not paid extra for like free hands and stuff. I just do it because it makes sense to me. Like, or the OSL, or no, actually no, the bases were part of the order. I'm just like, if I'm gonna paint a model, it's gonna look good. Yes, I poured the lightsaber. It's going on. Lightsabers are happening. So yeah, like part of it simply is just, you know, that ends up on my social media, so I'm gonna make it look as good as I can within reason. But this was already a pretty high quality level of commission. So yeah, I added the skull thing and I decided, hey, I'm gonna do it on all three of them because I've got all these extra bits because he gave me a stack of White Scar's Primaris upgrade kits, so I've got enough of those skull bits to do it. I think... yeah, I'll have enough room to pop them on without too much trouble. I think we're going to do the back, so when the base is done, I want to end tonight's stream. I want to end the week with these two bits being done, put together on the base, and is now standing on the base to begin on. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe some extra streaming over the weekend. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to get more... now that I've got a lot of, like, some other stuff that was going on, previously outside streaming is kind of wrapping up. I want to do some more impromptu streams when I'm just feeling like it. I think I'm fine. I'll make myself some breakfast in a bit. Yeah, sounds good, Cyborg. Get yourself some food. I would like to get some food, but I'm gonna have dinner in an hour 45, and there's only 45 minutes left in the stream, so I'm not gonna do that. So we have on this guy, so we're gonna do this. So we have black for the soft seals and the belt. We have a purity seal done here. We got pouches here. And we're gonna have the red shoulder thing here. So what I'm thinking is, let's get the stuff for Nolan Oil done. So as we usually start, so the camera has some help, we usually start with the black, throw the Dawnstone on, do the brown for the pouches, because I do use Nolan Oil on the pouches, and then do all the Nolan Oil. Well, that's drying, including on the pouches. Starting the Rackguard Flesh for the Purity Seal, and pop the Rackguard Flesh highlights on the pouches. Then I can hit that with the Skeleton Horror top coat, move over to do the green on Purity Seal wax, and then the red on Pauldron, and then we're good for the white. Which will at least get to like probably the Nolan Oil point before the end of this stream, and the rest of that will be in tonight's stream. Which, for reference, so we don't have to worry about time zones. In 45 minutes, this stream will be ending. 3 hours after that, so 3 hours 45 minutes from now, will be my Friday night stream. That will go for another 3 hours. Figure out your times from there. I understand I have people that watch me from all different places on the planet, so I'm not gonna waste time going off of, you know, this time EST. So that doesn't help. Actually, the majority of my viewers. I'm pretty sure the majority of my viewers are not East Coast. Yes. Especially not in the afternoon stream. I know in the night one, I have a bunch of Australians, so, yeah. So yes, in 3 hours 45 minutes is the next stream. big question is, am I gonna make some tutorials this weekend? I have probably at least 3 lined up I could do. I just haven't really felt like it. And I was really tired last few days. Took most of yesterday off doing next to nothing of importance. That's the gaming stream, and I worked on an art commission for my sister a bit, which I still need to get her input on, actually. I'm trying to do that tonight. Which I guess is a good sign that I might start offering traditional art commissions, because I guess I'm starting to get the knack of that, so that's fun. Yeah, we'll see if I feel like video editing this weekend. Also, probably be a bunch of gaming streams. A bunch of Shadow of Mordor. And or Enlisted, if it doesn't tick me off too much, because man, lately I've really been stuck. Where I prefer the American Normandy campaign, but I mean, for some reason, the level I'm at, the Germans just have better gear across the board. And it's really causing problems. Like, I played 4 matches last night. Finally unlocked the M4A2 Sherman. So now I have a tank that can pierce their Panther 4s. I was only using a Stuart before, say light tank. And so I played 4 matches. 3 of them were complete, like, bowl over, rough shot straight through wins for the Germans. Just flat out annihilated the Americans. It's just like, what is happening right now? Is this like matchmaking failing, or is this just a level I'm in where just Americans struggle? It's hard to tell. Like, flat out, one of the matches, I was top place on my team, and I was tied with the 3rd lowest of the enemy team. Like, what even is that? That's bonkers right there. That's absurd. So I don't know, maybe not some Enlisted this weekend. Maybe not do that. Maybe some Fortnite. Maybe some Destiny 2. We'll see. I gotta figure out what I'm even doing in Destiny 2. I rejoined after not playing for 3 years. Got the Witch Queen. Did the main campaign. Main campaign was pretty cool. Liked it. In general, stuff feels like better, but just I'm not playing with anyone, and it's like I don't know what I'm doing now. I guess I could start the new season campaign with like the pirate nonsense. That sounds kind of fun. It's even still going. Because again, I didn't stopped for a couple weeks right after finishing the Witch Queen campaign. So go figure on that one. I don't know, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of feeling a strategy game lately. I really don't know what that would look like. Strategy game I would prefer to play would probably be Sword of the Stars 2, which I know no one's ever heard of in here. No one knows what that game is, and that's okay, because the second one, when I would want to play, has been non-stop crashing problems. It's never actually finished. So I can't even really play that, even though I'd like to. I do have Age of Empires 1 that I've not done all the campaigns in that feels like it would be somewhat satisfying. Do people still like that game? Or that kind of game? I know it's like really old, but I mean, there's something satisfying about that thing. Whoop. Just dropped it. So yeah, no, we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. Might be anything, might be nothing. I'm feeling really tired after tonight. It might just be no streams over the weekend. Who knows? We're just gonna go with the flow. I get all of the belt? It's kinda hard to see the top of the belt from here, not gonna lie. Okay. Pretty sure I got it now. And I need to let the back there actually dry and get another coat on that. I keep messing with it. Not helping any. Oh, there's a little bit of extra, like, black abs thing. So we're paying $60 for the lifetime for OBS. Well, it's $60 and you never have to pay another penny for it. So, I mean, are you actually going to remain consistent with the streaming, or is this just a thing you want to try? Like, what was the other option? Like, what's the second most expensive option? I would say if they have a year one, I think it's the year one that's like $10. If it's the year one and you're not sure if streaming's your thing, get that. See if you're still streaming in a year. And then if you are still streaming in a year, then upgrade to the $60 for lifetime. So most streamers don't even last a year. Flat out. Well, the moment it's just to try, well, get more than me watching it, $20 a year. I mean, it's just to try it. Okay, yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'd say get it for the year. $60 saves you when you hit your fourth, saves you money when you hit your fourth. So if you don't think you're gonna, if you think there's a decent chance that you're not still gonna be streaming in 4 years, then get the $20 a year one. I probably got the lifetime one. That's not even necessarily because I know I'll be streaming maybe this in 4 years. Who knows? I jump projects a lot because a lot of my projects don't really go anywhere even after a few years. Who knows? This one kind of is. It's just, for me, I have it where I actually can write that off as a business expense. So like $60 for a business expense like that actually is like a decent, you know, chunk of my taxes. So I get further use out of actually spending more in the short term because it gets me closer to not having to pay taxes next April. So that did shift my thinking. You're not at that point yet. You're not doing like business accounting yet. And I'm not even doing business accounting on the stream necessarily. I was already doing the commission painting for a year, over a year and a half. When I started streaming. So I was already doing accounting for the painting before. As I also do accounting of that kind for my web design business. So actually, I have 2 businesses under my name right now. Technically 3, but the third one's doing literally nothing, and I need to figure out how to, like, do something with that before next year, where I'm gonna owe another $400 for it just existing in taxes, because my state sucks for small businesses. The whole thing. Yeah, $400 just to have an LLC existing. I gotta see if I see using. I want to use it. I don't have what I need to do it like I thought I did. Thought I could use it. Hello there. I'm used to this. I want to start a business where I make and paint terrain. Okay, so like Dwarven Forge, basically. I would say start learning the 3D sculpting thing would be your main bit. Like sculpting for 3D printing. Do you have a printer? Or a friend that owns a printer? Do you have access to a printer? I mean, I suppose you could sell files. Won't be painting much. Not yet. Okay. Which, by the way, for everyone watching, I love talking about like new business ideas and new business ventures and expanding business ventures. So I will absolutely talk. I will talk all day about, you know, how to do businesses, how to get them profitable, how to make it happen. I have legitimately started or been part of starting 10 different businesses and brands in my life, and I'm 28. It's where my web dev business came from, was helping small businesses get a web presence, website, social media, etc., brand, all that. Okay, so not yet. I can, yes. Okay, so you can get access to a printer. Alright, so yeah. So you're gonna want to start looking at learning 3D sculpting in regards to printing stuff. So making STL files. Then you can both make your own if you have a printer, and if you don't, or as well, you can sell the files. You won't be doing much painting if you're doing just selling the files, but if you can get a printer and you can make them yourself, then you can also paint them and sell them as completely done stuff, kind of like Dwarven Forge does. Well, actually, it's basically literally what does. Which is not saying you shouldn't do it, because they do it. I mean, like, this is miniatures. People always want other versions of stuff. I mean, that's why you have so many different people making Space Marine armor variants. And you have Bits of War and Conversion World and Liber Daemonica and etc., etc. Pop Goes the Monkey, you know, etc. So, yeah, learn 3D sculpting, which obviously, you know, YouTube's your first go-to, and then work from there. If you can learn how to do that, then yeah, you can make stuff and sell it just like that. You don't necessarily need a printer, you just won't be painting. As to where to sell it, you have a bunch of different places where you can sell it on someone else's platform. And you can also get your own website. Which, by the way, I do offer pretty cheap hosting and payment plans for web development. So if you want a website, I can get you a website. I can make a website. I don't do free, but I can do pretty cheap and stretched out. So, throwing that out there. And with the hosting comes, you know, SSL and business emails, so whatever your brand, you know, your name at your website, etc. And you have direct access to me for tech support. Actually, to be fair, I have need for terrain, because I keep putting off fixing my 3D. If you can learn how to make terrain, and then can fabricate it, and send it to me, might be able to do a trade if that happens before I actually get my own 3D printer up and working properly. This thing ticks me off so much. It's an exercise in frustration. It takes like 14 hours to test if I've got it right or not. Ugh. Sophia.
Water. Water. Water.
Yeah, I'm getting so many.
Fucking model!
Bladeguard vet. Literally in the title. How dare you? You know my stuff. I will have a drink though. I am drinking out of my own merch. Warning, this is
you're gonna need the right equipment. Without the right equipment, Billy, you're just a hollow, mark-ass, trick-ass, little-ass, pussy-ass bitch.
As I was saying. Warning, this is a coffee mug, not a brush rinse cup. Don't drink your paint water. You can fix that by getting a mug now. I'll put command merch. You'll get in the chat. I'm getting further pings on Discord. Is this stuff I need to know right now? No. Okay. So many pings in Discord today. Alright, anyway. How are you doing, Zofiana? Just need to do the Dawnstone on the soft seals. That needs to happen. Oh, what brush I'm using is Monument Hobbies Pro Sable size 0. Project make LOD playable again is on its way. Was LOD again? Sorry, I'm... What? It's probably gonna be something very obvious. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, obviously. Leech of the Damned. Oh, nice. That's awesome that that someone's trying to make Leech of the Damned playable. I assume it's third party. Surely brushes should have no person. I actually don't know where the numbering convention of brushes, like what it's based on, how it works. I actually don't know. I don't know why it's called a 0. I have a 00. brush. I think I have a couple actually. Size 00. I don't know what that means. I also have a /10. Yeah, the Monument hobbies pro synthetic. Like, they all went crap for me pretty quick. Although, Miniac... Not Miniac. Sorry, not Miniac. Mini Ruckus. Ruckus Minis. He swears by the pro synthetics. Where do I have... I definitely have some... Yes, I have brushes that are numbered in fractions. And one of them's like a /10. Oh man, it would take me like a solid moment to find them. Yeah, it's weird. The size brushes are weird. I may be making a fan supplement for them, but for official play, I'm running them as solid successors. Fair enough. It makes sense. That does compute correctly. Even painting them is very similar. You just replace all the black with green, or all the green with black. Either way. Everything else is basically the same. Yeah, no, that's some of the ab stuff right there. I was like, is this actually robes? Because I've already done that once, where I thought it was ab black and then robes. I think that's... Hold on. Oh, that is robes? I'll fix it later. It's fine. All the dragon details get replaced with skulls. Yeah, it's a very simple conversion, really. Very simple. And can you guys tell that I'm a completionist? Like, I'm down here, like, highlighting the ass cheeks of this guy. No one's gonna look under there, but it's gonna be highlighted. Should watch me, like, actually playing Elden Ring. Man, I want to do the Elden Ring streams, but I really want to wait till my parents move out for that one. And then pray, dearly pray that my new roommates are not the types that will get messed up by me yelling at. Because I'm going to be doing it with randomizers. Yes, I've already played through the game, so it's not like... I'm not ruining it for myself, I'm just replaying it with a ton of item and enemy randomizers. It's gonna be a whole thing. Going back and doing Dark Souls with those plus Fog Gate randomizers would be fun too. It might actually make 2 enjoyable. I have problems with 2. I have a good number of problems with 2. 2 was such a... 2 felt like I was playing a medieval variant on World War I. It was an endless trudge through misery. But for the fam supplements, Tactics is a 5-up save versus mortals, an army-wide 5++ save, or a +1 invuln saves to max of 4. Wow, that is tanky. Makes sense, but tanky. That makes them extremely difficult to kill in reality. A 5-up, that makes their vehicles absurdly good. There's a reason a lot of the tanks aren't taken now is because they don't have invulns, so anyone else brings out an Eradicator equivalent, they go bye-bye. 5-up changes that. Quite a bit. Alright, I think we're good for non-oil. Yes. Also, we're coming up on 15 minutes before the hour, so 15 minutes before we end. We do have enough people that I would raid. So, start thinking about who I should be raiding. I have not checked if anyone I know is online. I'm just throwing it out there for people to have it, you know, rattling around the back meat of the brain. And the 4+ max makes some of the more used models like Bladeguard. Oh yeah, no, well actually Bladeguard already have a 4-up because they all have storm shields. Oh, less appealing, gotcha. Yeah, because everyone with storm shields basically, like, nothing happens to them. Except they have a 5+ save versus mortals. Which is nice. Makes them very, Psyker resistant. Railgun resistant, for that matter. You know what that honestly helps the most? Is the really big vehicles. The bigger the vehicle gets, the more that is actually brutal. Like already. Sorry, I'm actually like really hungry, so like my stomach's going crazy. I don't know why I'm so hungry today. Like, good lord, I am like, I did eat breakfast. Ate at what, like 11? It's 4:44. I normally go a little bit longer before I get this hungry. I could eat a horse. My Storm Raven, for example, actually right there. Can't really see it, but it's right there. I get a lot out of it already. Given that thing a 5-up invuln. Oh, you're gonna have to want to put in the thing that the +1 invuln saves doesn't apply to the chapter tactic, because by the way that's currently worded and how you put it in chat, that is that 5-up immediately becomes a 4-up, 4-up, just across the board. So actually, you're giving the entire army a 4-up invuln, which is absurd on any level. That's way too much. I feel like maybe it should be like a 6-up invuln, actually, because I don't think anyone has that. Does anyone currently have that? I know Iron Hands get like a 6-up Feel No Pain, or a +1 to Feel No Pains, or something like that. Oh yeah, no on the pouches, or derp, or derp. Combat shields. Well, no, I get that with combat shields and guys that have like standard Terminators, Iron Halos. Actually, yeah, Iron Halos. Yeah, I know those guys. But what I'm saying is the chapter tactic, like how it's currently worded, the chapter tactics 5-up army-wide also gets that +1. So you have to word it so it does not apply to the chapter tactic itself, else the chapter tactic gets the bonus. How you have it word right now is just a +1 to invuln. Oh, it says or a +1. Okay. Sorry, you already did. I'm bad at reading. Apparently. I thought I wasn't. 5-up invuln. Sorry, 5-up Feel No Pain versus mortals. Army-wide 5-up invuln or an invuln save. A +1 invuln saves a max of 4-up. Okay, yes, no, you're right. You already did it right. I'm dumb. Ignore me. It does make combat shields better. Not that a whole lot of guys can say combat shields anyway, but it does make combat shields better. You're correct. Also makes standard Terminator, well, you know, Terminators without combat shields better. makes I mean, really, it makes everything better except for guys that already have storm shields. So you're not gonna have that many storm shields around. You'll have more combat shields on like your assault marines, and your assault marines. How do I get sound alerts? Soundalerts.com. Yeah, soundalerts.com. Go through them. That's the ones that are all the bits. You have to get the other panel. The points thing, you don't get that until you get affiliate. Quite a few, also all of the monetization, unless you have like a Patreon and get people to actually go to the Patreon, which still no one has gone to my Patreon, which is fine. I don't do anything with it. I don't have any rewards or stuff there actually right now. Need 40 more followers. Wait, did you make the account already? And you already have like 10 followers? What? Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you don't need to actually be streaming to get followers. But yeah, I'll knock you up to 11. There we go. It's not just that. The big one, Samurai, is going to be the average of 3 viewers across 30 days. That's going to be your tricky one. I was up to like nearly 60 followers by the time I hit the average of 3. The wording is, quote, a model with this tactic gains a 5-up invuln save. If a model has an invuln save already, instead improve that save by 1 to a max of 4-up. Okay, cool. That works, because that is... It's going to take all the 6s to 5, 5s to 4, and 4s go nowhere. Perfect. Okay, there you go. Good stuff. I like it. Alright, so didn't known oil. All known oil is done. Now, Wrecker Fish. I'm actually thinking the green on the wax first, because I can do that in 10 minutes, no problem, and then, like, figure out who we're raiding. Because we're gonna raid. We got people to raid. Which is usually how this goes. Fridays is when we got enough to raid. My current criteria, for anyone wondering, is either I've been raided that day, and I always try to pay it forward, or we have a minimum of 5 people viewing at when I end my stream. And then I'll raid. Because it feels weird to me to raid someone when you got like 2 people. I've done it a few times since I made that criteria, I know, but there were like reasons for that. Sai was there. Oh, Sai's off making breakfast, that's fine. But Sai and I raided. Sai and I. This sounds funny. Sai and I raided someone a little while ago because I just really wanted to raid her. Oh yeah, it was Lavela. Lavely? I suddenly forgot how to say her name. Jeez. She's a New Zealand streamer. I love her. She's amazing. She either does art or like horror games. Like just standard art. Lavely. She's a doll. She also paints dolls. And her doctrine thing is during tactical doctrine, pull up and escape, neg 2 and ignore cover. Woo! Wow. It does make sense for what they do in the lore. You must be happy with one person watching, to be honest. That's where you should be, Samurai. That's where you want to be. You want to be happy with just someone watching. I sometimes struggle with that, honestly. I'm like, I want people to talk with while I'm here. I'm going to fall asleep if I am... And I really struggled when I first started with just energy levels. It wasn't so much no one wants to watch me. It was, man, this is boring listening to this copyright-free music and painting work stuff. When I would normally be listening to like a D&D stream or like a documentary or something mentally engaging, and I'm just painting this thing I have to paint for hours and no one's in chat. Like that's when it's rough. But yeah, if you're just happy with anyone watching Just someone watching, someone hanging out. Good. That's where you want to be. Don't be like, man, when am I gonna get rich off this? Like, because guess what, you're probably not. This is one branch of like multiple that I do for income. And the income on this is still very slight, but it's getting there. And I appreciate all of you that are subs massively. Samurai, Zophiana. You guys are amazing. You guys are helping make sure that this continues to be a portion of my income and thus can be prioritized. During Tactical Doctrine, bolt weapons gain -2 AP and... Okay. I feel like... How do I start my own website if I wanted to sell models? Okay. So... Ironically, we just lost a few people. Maybe. Depending. The viewer count sometimes really... Okay, how do you start your own website? So there's the ones that you can pay for their builder that's like just drag and drop. Oh no, that's back. Okay, viewer counts are screwing with me. Ignore me. Like Wix or what is it? Squarespace. Wix or Squarespace. Problem is that you usually end up being pretty like limited by what their platform actually offers, and they can be fairly expensive long term because they're like a subscription. The other route is you could do like a WordPress website, which can be like anything you can think of. You can make WordPress do anything, especially if you have a programmer, which I am not, by the way. I'm a designer. I can do a lot with WordPress. I've been making WordPress websites for 7 years. And how you would do that is you have to buy a domain name from a registrar. Say GoDaddy is a pretty decent registrar for just domain name. That's a couple bucks every month. I mean, like literally, like if it's not a super obviously popular name, which good luck getting in the first place, it's usually like $5 a month. Something like that. And you need a host, which hosting is usually like, so you have GoDaddy is a terrible host, but they can host your website. Or like HostGator, which is like okay, or Bluehost, they're like okay. Or me, which I'm way cheaper than all of them. My one website package is like $10 a month. Which, by the way, does support the stream, actually, doing that. And then that hosts the website's like files and actually gets them on the internet. Then you have WordPress. WordPress itself is free, but you need someone to build it unless you want to learn how to build it. You can learn to build it. It's not horrifically complex. There's a lot of YouTube tutorials out there. You could do it. Or you get someone like me that's a web dev, and then we build it for you up to your exacting standards, get all the design stuff, colors, animated stuff, all this crazy nonsense, including the store, which I have a lot of experience setting up e-commerce stores. That's kind of my bread and butter, really, is e-commerce on WordPress. If you want, you could go take a look at my website, basically Tabletop, and that has a store on it. And then, yeah. And for me, I do payments either in 3 sections, based on, 3 payments of the quote, so split into 3 bits. Or I can stretch out the payments longer depending on, stuff. We can, I'm fairly flexible on that. I do have 2 goals: the Legion of Damned fan supplement flavor and bring to light some of the less used marine units without breaking the already strong units. Yes. You still gotta keep an eye out for vehicles. Man, adding it in vuln to vehicles makes them surprisingly, stupidly good. Man, if my Relic Sakaran had a... My Sakaran Vander had a Invul 9, or my Storm Raven. Storm Raven's got 14 wounds at T7 and flies, so as hard to hit. Give that thing an Invul, and that thing's never going down. No, you can still bring it down, it just wouldn't be easy. So yeah, in theory, I could handle everything and getting your website up, Samurai, which is why I mentioned it, like, pretty early on. And you know you'd be working with and through me on that. And you can look at my website. Brand, my website is very, aesthetically simple on purpose. I can give you other websites I've worked on that are much more visually bombastic, you will. Alright, yep, just like I thought, that wax thing in combination with talking. It's 2 minutes. Alright, so we're at 5 o'clock. Ironically, I'm down to 3 viewers. We lost 2 lurkers, I'm assuming. Probably got annoyed with me talking about web dev. Oh yes, no, Zophiana. Legion of the Damned Landry Crusader during T2 would be disgusting. Also, I don't know if you remember, the Storm Raven has Hurricane Bolters on it as well. What's a good PCF for 3D printing? I've got it. It's, what's this thing called? Don't just give me a name. Ultimaker Cura is your slicer. Or modeling this stuff, I want to say Blender? I've only done very surface dabbling in it, so you're gonna might want to do some googling. I also use a PC though, so Ultimaker Cura is the slicer I use. Yeah, Zophiana, Storm Raven, you can have it with twin multi-meltas, twin heavy plasma cannons, not twinned, but 2 hurricane bolters. Oh, you can change a bunch of that to bolter weapons. Oh, good lord. Okay. Assault cannons don't count as bolter weapons, do they? Oh, I have to check the rules on this. For anyone wondering, we're basically done painting for now. I need to check. I need to check the weapons that fall under bolt. Bolt weapons, any weapons profile includes the word bolt. Bolt rifle, bolt storm gauntlet, storm bolter, etc. Those apply only apply to the bolt gun profile counter weapons. Okay, so not assault cannons. Okay, so wow, the amount of AP a Storm Raven can pump out is bonkers. Because here's a loadout you could do if you want to maximize your bolt output. Is twin heavy bolter. 2 hurricane bolters. Then probably continue with the twin heavy plasma cannon, which is a... So you take a plasma cannon, strength 7, neg 3, 1 damage, and you just give it an extra bip of damage on both profiles. So supercharge for the twin heavy plasma cannons, 36 inches, heavy 2d3, strength 8, neg 3, 3 damage each, and has blast, as well as the plasma. Which I think even with that, what'd you say? Neg 2 and what? Neg 2 and ignore cover? So that'd be a neg 3 heavy bolter. So 6 shots, strength 5, neg 3, damage to ignore cover, or twin multi-melta. Multi-melta is probably still the better one. 4 shots, strength 8, neg 4, d6 in half range, d6 plus 2. Probably still the better go at it. Also, it comes with the storm, the 2 Storm Strike missile launchers, which is 72 inches, 1 shot each, so 2 shots, strength 8, neg 3, damage 3. Yes, the Storm Raven's bonkers. P7, 14 wounds, 3 up save, armor of contempt. And hard to hit. When it's in supersonic, anyway. I just realized if it goes into hoverjet, it can be charged by land units, I think. They have to be within, was it 5 inches of it vertically? But I'm pretty sure that thing can be charged in hoverjet. Unfortunately, I pretty much never go into hoverjet. Secondary is a kill a unit holding a point for 3 VP scoreable up to twice a turn. Holding an objective. Kill a unit holding an objective. Fair enough. Okay, so I'm at 4 people right now. I would like to raid someone. Should we raid someone with 4 people? Is there someone to raid? Who's on right now? Who's on and I'm following? Oop, I clicked too much. I is Tiffany's and Makers and Crafting. There's someone to raid, then do it. Fair. I'm trying to remember, because I've been going through so much of Twitch lately, like just trying out all different people lately. I remember who is I as Tiffany. Who are you? Oh, they're in Makers and Crafting, but I'm pretty sure they're painting some each. So, it's yeah, okay. Well, we'll try this out. Let us raid. Good timing. I gotta pee. Let's start this raid. It's only grabbing 2 people. It's doing the weirdness again. My raid is screwed up. Hold on, let me try refreshing my stream manager. Now it's only grabbing 1 person. That's not... I don't like that. Yeah, that's weird. It will only ready up 1 person. That's, yeah, I don't know. Twitch, this happened several times now, recently. I think Twitch is having an issue, with raids. Maybe it's raids with small channels, I don't know. Like, raids coming from small channels, I don't know. Because, yeah, last couple times I've tried to raid, it won't ready everyone. So, yeah. Which, I already have such low numbers right now, currently. Let's try one more time. Oh, all the way to 10 seconds. It had one person ready, and yep, it only raised one person. That I don't feel like is worth it. Yeah, I'll just shout him out, and that's I don't know. It feels like it feels weird to raid with only a couple people. It's almost like you're bringing more attention to yourself than bringing a bunch of people to go check them out, kind of deal. It doesn't feel like good manners, if you will. Which is why I kind of cap it at 5. Like I need at least 5 people. So yeah, I'll just give that shout out. If you want to go check them out, they're painting some Zinch demons, it looks like. But like I wasn't gonna stick around myself anyway. I was probably gonna lurk because like I got dinner soon. I am fairly fairly tired. I got pee. I got a couple things I gotta do before my next stream in 3 hours. So classic raid and run. It's all right. Yeah. I'm just gonna call it here. I will catch you guys in a little under 3 hours. Have a good one. Hope to see you later. Hope you like the stream. And we'll continue the Bladeguard tonight. See ya.